Hi guys, so today I have a bit of a more serious topic to discuss. I always mean to do these kind of videos, but then I always sort of pussy out of it because I am scared of how it's going to get taken. This is something that probably would be more appropriate for my second channel, but nobody watches that and I actually want this to get watched, so I'm posting it here. Another disclaimer, I'm on my period today and that always makes me hella emotional, which is probably why I am extra bothered by this today. Body image and beauty is something that I really struggle with. Just as a whole, in general. I think it's something all of us struggle with, to be quite honest, in probably so many different ways, and a lot of the same ways, which again is one reason why I'm making this video, because everyone likes to know if someone else feels the way they do, you know? So when I was younger, I was definitely the ugly kid at school. Well, not the only one, but I was one of the ugly kids at school, and people can say as many fucking times as they like, oh, you weren't ugly or blah 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 blah, and it's like, okay, well, regardless of what you think, I know what happened, I know what I went through, I know how I was treated by people, okay? So everyone else can fuck off, this isn't their life. That is one thing that really pisses me off, when people try and make you feel better by denying why you're upset. So I was definitely not attractive. Not that like a kid should be attractive, but to people your own age, when you're a kid, you can tell whether the people around you like you or don't like you, and that's usually decided on how you look at that age. It is very... that's the truth of it. When you're in school, a lot of girls will decide to be friends with you based on how you look and how you dress and how you do your makeup and what you wear and things like that. And a lot of guys will decide to either bully you or be nice to you if you are pretty or ugly. That is literally just fucking how school is. And if you've forgotten that or you never had to deal with that, then good for you. And there's a ton of things that have just really stuck in my mind that happened because of that. I was called fat and ugly so many times by so many different people. People would always take the piss out of my bag, my shoes, my hair, my face, my voice, my height, my body, everything, you know. I had people take the piss out of... a lot of the time things were like, I got called beetroot. That was a fun little nickname a couple girls decided to give me. That was fun. And that one is because my face goes red quite a lot and very easily. I'm very pink and fair in complexion, and when I get hot or embarrassed, my face flushes really easily. So beetroot was a really fun nickname. Loved that one. Then there was also Oompa Loompa, and that was obviously a comment on my height and body. Yeah, that was another fun one. And then just other things, like I remember this one time where I was told to move seats and go sit next to this other guy in class, and he looked at me as if I repulsed him, and I just, that is burned into my brain so much as a single moment that happened at school. And he just like looked at me like I was disgusting, like as if I was just utterly repulsive, and he just like shimmied his chair away from me because he didn't want to be anywhere near me. And I wasn't gross, you know. I showered every day, my hair was always clean. Like the only disgusting thing that could possibly be about me was the fact that I was chubby and didn't wear any makeup, you know. That was it. I wasn't particularly spotty. Not that that's disgusting, but like, you know, that is other main reasons people would make those kind of jokes at school towards people who were spotty or had greasy hair or smelled or didn't wash their uniform, shit like that, you know. That was also who those things were targeted at. So when it was also targeted at me, it kind of left me with no other option to believe that I was disgusting just because of how I naturally looked. My bare face was disgusting. And that's very easy to fucking believe when no one is telling you otherwise, and everyone loves to join in with those who are telling you that is true. So yeah, so the reason that is important is because when I was ugly, obviously nobody really liked me. No one particularly wanted to be friends with me. No guy was interested in me whatsoever. I never had anything with any guy at school ever. That was just not part of my school life. No one wanted to talk to me. No one, literally, I can't even emphasize this enough, because I try and explain this to people and people are like they don't believe me. And I don't understand why. Like, it's strange. Like, that did happen. And yep. People are cunts, I know. So yeah, that was just, and to clarify, I've still never had a boyfriend to this day. Take that how you will. So now, coming back to present day Catherine, how I look in this moment and in this time of my life, people tend to find me more attractive than they did before. I really don't know how else to word something like that. That's a really odd thing to say, but people have said to me that I've changed a lot, I've grown up a lot, I guess the general effects of puberty, but at the same time also I wear makeup and I have dyed hair and yes, I have changed, but at the same time I see myself as the same person. To me, I look like the same person, so it's weird. It's weird for other people to be telling me that I am suddenly a more attractive version of myself when I just know me as myself. So there's always this weird thing in the back of my head of I'm still, people still see me as that disgusting whatever the fuck I apparently was at school, and I don't know, I don't even know, and to be quite honest, you guys could probably be picturing so many horrible things, and I wasn't some gross, it's so hard when you're literally contradicting yourself. I know I wasn't disgusting, but I know other people thought I was, and that's what matters to how I feel. That makes people feel a certain way. So now when people find me more attractive, I find that I do get more attention. I get more guys looking at me, guys from school even messaging me, who clearly have changed their minds about how they think that I look. And I don't pay any attention to that. I'm not interested. You made my life miserable. Please fuck off. So I do get more attention now that I am more attractive. But honestly, I kind of don't want it. And it's really hard, and this is where the main point of this video actually gets, begins, I guess. It's because when I was ugly, I didn't get any attention, and it sucked. I was very alone, didn't have many friends, no guy was interested in me, and nothing like that. Now that I am more attractive, I hate saying that, but I'm just trying to, okay, anyway, and I do get attention, I still feel lonely, I still feel shit, and that really fucking sucks, because neither of them, being ugly made me miserable, and being attractive hasn't made anything better. And it's really hard, because getting attention for how you look honestly is not that great, because then you don't know who really likes you and who really cares about you and who just cares about what you look like. And that is really hard, because so many times I have been treated and have been made to feel like I'm some kind of novelty, and being more alternative is the interest, not me, not my personality, just how I look and how I dress. And that makes me very much feel like they don't care about me, which is true. They don't. They only care about how I look. And it's honestly no better than when I felt like no one liked me because I was ugly. So what's the fucking point, you know? Like, both fucking suck. And I kind of wish I could just not exist in human form. You know, like, it causes so much more fucking hassle, and it's just like I will never be content with it because it always causes a problem somehow. That sounds so dramatic. Really shit thing that happens a lot is there's a lot of people who, you know, particularly online, act like they care about me, act like they like me, act like they're interested in me, and I know that it's not true. I know that it's on a superficial level based on how I look, because that's all they know about me. If it's someone who follows me on social media, someone who has me on Facebook, someone who may have seen me in real life but we're not really close, you know, there is no way for them to know anything about me. So when someone like that messages me saying, I care about you, or, you know, blah blah blah, it's really hard for me to believe that and actually, like, appreciate it, because I know that it's not true. And I feel like that upsets people a lot, because if I said to someone back, you don't care about me, you just think I'm cute, you don't know me, they'd get all defensive. They don't want to seem shallow, they don't want to appear shallow, they don't want someone calling them shallow, you know, they don't want me calling them shallow, but the truth is that's what it is. They don't know me, they don't know anything about me, they don't know what I'm upset about, they don't know about my life, they don't have any reason to care about me. So when they try and say that they do, it's hard for me to accept that, and if anything it makes me feel worse, because I guess when I was ugly I wanted attention because I didn't get any, and now I get attention but it's not real, if that makes sense. Like, it's shallow, it's superficial, it has no actual truth or meaning behind it, because it's coming from people that don't know me constantly, coming from people that don't mean it constantly, and it makes me feel even more isolated and alone than when I had no attention whatsoever. And that's a really fucking hard thing to deal with, because I don't know how to deal with that. You know, I am fully aware, if you follow me on Instagram, I'm fully aware that I post pictures of myself that look particularly nice, done up, you know, whatever the fuck you want to describe it as. I'm fully aware of that. I know that it will get people's attention, and I know it is screaming, look at me trying to be pretty. I know that. I'm fully fucking aware that that's basically what my social media is. But I don't think that's necessarily an excuse for other people to do that thing where they pretend to care about someone they don't really know anything about. And it's just that upsets me. That's what gets to me. Maybe I'm being a fucking ungrateful bitch. And, you know, on Instagram I do post pictures that I think I look good in, because that's what will get me attention, that is what will get me the most likes, that is what will get me the most comments. And then if I post a picture where I don't look as good, or it's not as interesting, and I don't get as many likes and I don't get as many comments, then that makes me feel bad too. I would say it's social media's fault, but it's not, because I just know that these things continue outside of social media. Social media just makes it easier and more in your face. You know, like, whether it's someone on Instagram who doesn't know me and pretends that they care about me, or whether it's someone who I went to school with who used to think I was ugly and now suddenly is interested because they don't think I'm ugly anymore. You know, like, it's not a social media problem, I don't think, but that is one of the main sources of it, I suppose. Being really ugly in real life fucking sucks, and being really attractive in real life fucking sucks, because both of them come with shitty ass consequences where in the end, just no one really gives a fuck. This video probably sounds like so fucking like over dramatic, and by the time I watch it tomorrow I'm gonna be like, literally, I'm overreacting. But it is something that affects me, and even if it just affects me once every few weeks, like, that's enough. You know, most of the time I'm okay. I don't feel bothered by how other people view me and how many people like me or think I'm attractive. You know, on a day-to-day basis, that really does not bother me. But the fact that every so often it does get to me, and I feel like it sort of builds up and catches up with me, that's enough. That's enough for me to want to talk about it, and that's enough for me to wish I could do something about it and want to do something about it, and I don't know what. You know, everyone just says those people aren't worth your time. You know, there's people out there who really do care about you, and I know that. I have friends that really care about me, but I think really when it comes down to it, it's probably more the guy side. You know, the romantic interest of it that is the most hard to deal with, because, you know, I don't think people really care about what their friends look like when they're older. Most people don't anyway. You know, when you're making friends, you're not really looking for that. But when it comes to people treating you romantically and as if they're interested in you, that's when it gets really difficult and causes a lot of people a lot of grief, because there are a lot of people out there who will treat you either really badly or really well only based on how you look, and neither of those is nice. No one wants to be treated like shit because they're ugly, and no one wants to be, well, I don't know, I don't want to be treated extra nicely because someone finds me attractive, because then when it gets to something important and about you as a person and requires them to actually care about you, they're not there, and everything you thought was like real wasn't. It was literally based on something that you had no control over. Like, it's not someone's fault whether they're ugly or attractive. Who fucking knew, you know? It all just sucks. People suck. Faces suck. Having a face fucking sucks. I don't know. I wish I could just be a cat. I think I'm just going to end this video here. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you thought. If any of you guys have anything you want to say back, then I will respond to it. So, yes. Thank you for watching. Why do I have any subscribers? I shouldn't even have like 2.